Hi, I'm Jennifer Paxton. I'm the director of the honors program here, and I also teach medieval history. The church has always believed in the real presence, but it took a very long time to articulate the theological language for the doctrine of transubstantiation. There were various points at which it was controversial. Theologians disputed this, but in 1215, at the Fourth Lateran Council, the doctrine of transubstantiation was fully proclaimed for the first time using that word specifically. And the council did something else very important to the life of the church, which was to mandate that all faithful Catholics receive the Eucharist at least once yearly. And that was to be preceded by confession. So this was the fully worked out doctrine that the lay Catholic is supposed to receive the Eucharist on a regular basis. And it's hard to imagine the church really without that, because it's such a core part of what we do as Catholics. The interesting thing that happened in result of that is that the whole 13th century spent working out faith in the Eucharist for the laity, who hadn't really heard that much about the doctrine before this. And so this happens in various forms. You get the institution of the Feast of Corpus Christi in 1264. And of course, Corpus Christi processions are a very visible public way of proclaiming the doctrine. But you also see the appearance of Eucharistic miracles. These are not new in the 13th century, but they proliferate. So you have a lot of miracles at which people are initially doubtful of the doctrine, but then something happens to affirm their faith in it. And this is often something like a vision of the Christ child on the altar in the place of the host. Or a little more graphic, sometimes the host will begin to bleed, so that people are really persuaded of the literal presence of the Eucharist, the body and blood of Christ on the altar.